Okay, I will share screen right now. So, am I audible? Apakah suara saya terdengar?
Dengar, Mas.
Terdengar Umar. Iya.
So, in this training, in campus series training, I will start on the first material from International Accounting Quantitative Analysis. So, are my screen are visible? Apakah layar saya terlihat?
Mas, itu kok presentingnya masih gambar foto profil ya?
Gimana? Masih agak nge-lag di sini soalnya.
Oh, oh ya, ya.
Okay, so I'm just finished from my setuping the screen. So welcome to Quantitative Analysis by my name is Umar from last numbers 56. So this is the exam question from Mr. Bambang SPE from last year. Uh, I will send it not to group if you don't have this file. Now, okay, it's already sent in the group. So let's start with number one. Oh, from this reference, I'm using the book of Ken Black about business statistics. This book is my by reference from the statistics. Yeah, this is book from Ken Black about statistics. And let me start with number one. Okay, the number one is describe the fact about sample means. So the sample means or uh, rata-rata sample means is mean from the sampling. Actually it means it is actually uh, total of mean total of data divided by number of sample. So it's technically total of data divided by number of sample. From the fact about sample means is available in Ken Black book page 46. So we go to the 46 page from this number from this book, and we have the sample mean is represented by X bar. We are different from the population mean that mu and the X bar. So I will copy this, and it can be written in fluent word. Yes, also it's better that copy. So we use it from the sample mean symbol. Mm, And from this group, the sample mean have formula that the total of data divided by number of samples. So we have other some factor of sample mean. Jadi rata-rata sampel itu selain digunakan dalam banyak ini ada juga dengan menghitungnya rumusnya dengan menghitung jumlah total dari sampel sum of the amount of the sample data divided by n dan dibagi dengan jumlah data sampel. So the difference is capital N and small letter n to different the sample and population. Yang mean is from the distribution with population and sample. Process activity is number one. You can using any book that's given by Pramang SPI from to answer this number one. So in the number two, in the statistic class there are 8 students with higher incidence of sorry this is I remove this number first. So we have the data is 1050 sorry 150 167 125 157 155 153 and 177 no also I'm sorry. Now the first question is hey you find the mean of the data. What's the meaning of the data? This is from actually assuming the population in population we main population because of it only there are 8 students in statistical lab. So the population area is statistical lab and there are 8 students so we using the uh, mean population. The mean population is sum of the total of this data and it's the total of the data. So we have the total of the data is 1304. It's divided by the n is 8. So it's divided by 8. So the answer is 163. Okay, this is symbol of the first, the first sub question. So the next is B from the point B. To find the standard deviation, it's assuming that population. So we using the population of standard deviation that's symbolized by little sigma, small sigma. Yes, this is from how to count deviation standard. So we will reduce every data by average and divide by n. What is the total of the reduced every data with mean with and divide by total population. So it's from the reference about uh, how to count and find deviation standard from this from manual data. So I'm sorry, my book is not responding. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I need to split it to screen. Yes. Oh my god, I'm sorry. So let's next to the materials. So we have deviation standard of deviation in this. So with FO every data that's reduced by mean, and we have mean absolute deviation that can be learned because of uh, it can be exist on next question. And I'm sorry, this is a variance first. The variance is the difference of mean and every data is quadruple, and it's still quadruple in form, and it is from quadruple. So we have square root to find standard deviation. So in this formula, the real formula are the standard deviations are square root from this formula, and it is quadruple. So let's count it's one by one. According to data, so we have this data is here is data, and here is new, or here is new. So here is data, and here is new. And we found x minus mu. So we have this formula, and then we quadruple this x in mu. So this is quadruple. Yes, and it's from this from a quadruple. So we have the first is the first on. So we have sum all of this question. From the equation we sum all this, and so we have 674. That's divided, and we divide it. It's from we divide with the n is 8, so we divide with 8. So we have 84.25, but we need to square it first. and the deviation standard of deviation is square root of x. That we have 9.17 or 18. But in Excel we have this data of how to count deviation standard of deviation. But from the next from tomorrow from in Excel we don't use Excel, we use manually. So if this is how to count deviation standard deviation is manually. So in Excel we have 2 point, and standard deviation is from population and sample if you want population. So this is data from it, and the results are same. So this is with Excel. Yeah. Yes, this equal, and the C point C, that's let's go to number C. Confidence interval with uh, 95% with T table. Wait, that's T table. So we should, so this is sample. First from is we can now test the standard deviation on the sample. So we should find the sample standard deviation. Wait, this is for info. If we given information about this T, that means it's uh, normally distributed, and we just know that the standard deviation are from population and from sample. If we count as standard deviation as sample standard deviation, so we use T, and if it's population, so we use Z, and we also can look in the Z table and T table because of T table is known. So okay, if confidence interval are 95%, so we have alpha is 0.05 or 5%. If this data is two-tailed, because of we don't know, we are assuming that it's normally distributed and two tiles from dividing by two tiles. So we divide a by 2 if 0.025. Okay, so if it's a table, so so let me correct about this population sample mean. So if it is this, so we need to find out about this is should be sample standard deviation. So the formula of standard deviation are not different from for sample or population. We have but the divider is n min 1 or degrees of so we have not to equal from sample standard deviation, that's only divided by n min 1, so the formula is equal, the same, that's equal, this is n min 1. So if we find out the sample standard deviation or small s, so we divide it by 7. Yes, so we have is 7. and so square root is from 7. So we have square root of 96.28, and the sample standard deviations are 9.81. 9.81. So because of in the question we use mm, find the standard deviation and we use the table. So we also found that sample standard deviation is 9.81. So let's restart in this formula to count confidence interval. The confidence interval is x bar and plus minus and t about 0.0.25, and degrees of freedom are 9 or 7, and it's multiplied by, oh sorry, so we have the formula of this statistic. Yes, the statistic is up if the population standard deviation is unknown. So we have from this formula the t distribution about, mm, yes, about this x bar is multiplied by s per square root of sample population. So in this formula we input that's one by one. The mean is 163, means the t from table because of its known 2.365, and this is about interval symbol. So we have this from interval symbol like this. I'm sorry, this is multiple by s per square root of n first. Sample standard deviation is 9.813, and square root of 8. We copy in the different side and it's plus because of we finding out interval. So let's recount about this. Okay, so we have 8.205 and it's same in here. So it's same. Yes, and it's here. It's here are 163rd minus by 8.2, and it's also 163 plus 8.2. So we have confidence interval in uh, 95%. It's 154.7 until 171.2. Excuse me, I am sorry. I am have some notification from that. Give him a time. Okay, I'm back. Yes, that's number three. The following is the monthly expenditure in Indonesian rupiahs of a student divided by four women and four men. So this is we have men, and this we have data from that data from the number three. We did it in the below of the questions. From the men is data. Uh, we don't input the name, but we input the data of rupiahs. One 165, 168, 175, and 172. And is the woman. The woman is 160, 160, 162, 170, and 155. So what's the first assemblement of the men of women groups? We need to find out sample mean because it's we can now the n is 4 because it's sample. The sample mean is same that's from that question. How to count sample mean is total of this. Sample mean is uh, shown by x bar and it's equal to, let me copy this data. Yes, and we total this data from that this. The total of men is 680 and the women is 640. So let's we divide by 4. Sample mean of men and sample mean of women is 680 divided by 4, and I'm sorry, and this is 647 divided by 4. If So we found of sample mean. I'm sorry. Let me give you time. Okay, let's next. I have a notification that it might be important to check. Sorry, let me. Okay, next. The standard deviation of main of women groups to count and standard deviation. It's because it's sample, and so we need to search find out the standard deviation. It might be the sample because of its in of a students. Okay, so we need to sample standard deviation. Yes, so the formula is equal. That's that's previous formula. So what we change this and it by pi n per one. I'm sorry, it is divide n means one, and this is x means x bar. So this how to count. It's every data is. So we copy this first to easily found it, and we separate it into two rows, two group of rows, and it's equal by x and also y it's by x. So we have a x bar found. This is from x bar. From x bar is from man is 170, and this equal 100 161.75. Yes. So we found the x min x bar. It's the data actual data minus by min. So we have this data, and we quadruple the difference from x min x bar. We quadruple it to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's next from this question from this method. So we found this data, and the total data is we found the total the data quadruple from men is some 58, and this is 116.75, and it's let's divide by 3. So the sample from men is equal from 58 by 3, and it's 19.3 and 3. So if it's woman is 160, 16 divided by 3, so we have uh, 80 38.91. So I have it's right because of we have done now that's from this sample of population standard deviation, and from the C point our money spending between men and women is the same. So this mean apakah pengeluaran rata-rata pengeluaran perempuan dan laki-laki itu sama? So the answer is no, because of we have different data and different because of they are different by man deviation and the actual data, or what if you what from the next answer and this and actual data it's okay if you want actual data. It is actually different from the C number. Oh, I'm sorry, my PC is my PC is low bed. Ah, okay, okay, let's charge. Um, oh my god, my Excel starts responding. Oh my god. Oh, okay, so we have finished from the mid international test from last year, from 2024 year, from Mr. Pamang SBI International Accounting Analysis Quantitative. That actually is simple how to works. It's need it needs to understandable, so we should understandable formula. So if the different question are different, let's follow the following the different from that's are the ask in question. If that's asking for um, interval from that's from t, if we need t because of uh, population standard deviation are unknown and we use z if it's known, and it's how to difference and sample and population. And also we need to identify that what's difference on the question from given to tomorrow. Okay, that's from 24. We have also the last 2 years. The last 2 years in the 2023, it's more complicated than first before. But if I am breakdown about the Mr. Bambang SBI last 2 years question, let's we break down if number one, what is the difference between descriptive statistical and inference statistical? It's not it's theoretical mm, theoretical question. Descriptive statistic. What, according to Ken Black's books, descriptive statistics difference with statistical in- inference. So we have a definition of what descriptive statistics that have been gathered of the group to describe its conclusion for that same group. From this Ken Black book, so we have descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. That's inferential statistics that have been gathered from a sample and used to reach conclusion about population which sample was taken. So we have it's from the Ken Black. Wait, what's your about the this book? When this book was when this book was released? So I have told you about the research methodologies rules uh, about the citation. So I will show you about the citation, how to write the citation from uh, wait. When this book was released, I need to break down from United Statistics of America. Copyright is 2020 2010. It's Ken Black from this United States, and it's the last from printed in uh, 2020. So I will give you the information about the if you from the 5th to 5th semester you will take the subject of research methodology atau metopen dalam bahasa Indonesia itu metodologi penelitian. Jadi itu ada kaidah dalam this that's rule from the citing or dalam mengutip dalam kutipan ada kaidah di mana kita tuh menulis nama. So we write the name, the last name from the authors is black, and the 10 is 2010. So it's just for information about research methodology or research rules. So we back to analysis quantitative. And wait, and from the next to tomorrow test, we don't write black what to from whom this citing from answer. So you need to know and you write what that you know from the next test from the tomorrow test. We does not write this black and 21 because if it's only from information. And the next answer, yes, that's because if opinion from the writer as number second following the head from a students. So either it is familiar from that question. I feel this is familiar, but let we writing about the second number. Data heads are 100 x 65 and etc. And let me write it's by one. So from that data we first hmm, A, the sample mean, no sample mean because sample mean is explored. We calculate the sample mean. It's easy because of let me copy this data and we total the data by summing each. No, we summing total of data is 1032 7 and the n is 8. So it's divided by 8 and the x bar is total by 8 and 165.875. The next question are B question are standard deviation. But is we don't know that if from standard deviation is sample or population. The- but to count the standard deviation is same equal that before. So we need to collect x bar and difference x min x bar and quadruple the difference. Oh, I'm sorry, I have some important message again. But I will tell you about this method. It's okay. So we have the data and we copy the data from the tomorrow you should it's enter the website how to manual how to manual so to writing in the work paper or worksheet manually just write this how to find distribution and this is easy it's simple to find because we using the columns and rows columns of calculation. Let's start this from this. Oh, so but every data is minus by min and quadruple. So we have total of data. So for tomorrow, make sure you bring your calculator because of this is so complicated about the quadruple. How to find the deviation from the deviation and that sum the total of quadruple is. So the method is same from the sample and population. If you if this if the question doesn't known that it's from sample or population, just write it's from sample and population. Just write both because of there's no significant difference about the difference that population and sample standard deviation. So we insert this ns. This is from population is square root of here and it's divided by 8, and the sample deviation is divided by 8 mean 1. Not only that's the difference. So we have square root of 310.875 divided by 8, and it's also equal, but it's by 8 means 1. So the answer is this 6.233, and in this so sample is, yes, 6.66. That's a big question. So the standard error. So from according to Canvas books, the standard error is error to estimate. Wait, the definition of standard error is sample mean. Standard definition of the samples is, wait, we have the theorem of central limit, that's standard error are deviation of the sample mean. So it is actually, no, standard error is difference with, oh, I see standard errors, that's difference with deviation and, wait, what? Wait, let me break down definition about standard error from this. From the standard error of the mean, so that's known by expert, that's standard error. How to count, it's mean of adjusting, oh, the standard error are standard deviation from sample. What is this different with standard deviation? Wait, can we Google from about standard error definition to make sure that standard error are standard deviation for sample? Yes, the standard error are deviation standard from sampling from statistic sampling standard deviation is equal. So this from central limit theory that's mean according to central limit theory standard error are sample standard deviation. So we have count the sample standard deviation above and just we write off sample standard deviation is 6.66. Okay, that's done from the C to D of margin of error. So the margin of error is meaning wait, what is margin error? So we have the definition. Let's we break down about the margin error. So that's that saying of margin error is limit or from farthest deviation from error from that's measurement error from how accurate from about the survey that's error and bigger population that's in quantitative interval actually yes from six from so we have the margin error that's wait how to count the margin error that's this is to count the formula to count the margin error that's like this that from the previous answer is from the unknown standard deviation population is deep uh, multiple by s per n. So this is the margin error is we have the margin error here. So the margin error is equal to that wait that's s from the before above standard error margin of error is from oh let's write off the margin error as multiple by sorry it's p wait we can out the population standard deviation so why don't we use z so we use z from the population standard deviation and mm, in is copy with square root of wait as we break down again from the make sure that margin of error is right. Okay, so z by so oh, okay I see from that's margin of error uh, standard deviation divided by square root of n. Is this the margin error? So we need to set the search of z. Oh, and the confidence interval is 95. The confidence interval 95. Alpha is 5% and it's 0.05 because if uh, that's we assuming that it's normal distribution we divide by 2, so it's 0.025. So that we from the table if z score from a per 2 from 0.05 and so it's easy to find. We have the z table from here. Z distribution table. This is normal distribution table from the z score. From my remembering, that's from alpha is 0.05. The z table is 1.96. If from my remembering, that's z score is 1.96. Let's check into the table. Okay, don't worry. So the value is you can remember the value from 0.025. The alpha is 1.96 from the seed table. So let's we count. It's 1.96 multiplied by population standard deviation is 6.23334 because it is 7 and divide by the square root of the n is 8, so it's equal to 1.96 multiplied by 10 and divide by the square root of 8, 4.31994. So we have standard error is margin error is 0.4. This is a margin errors in the e point confidence interval. So we have using that formula, so we have the part of the requirement to confidence interval is uh, x bar plus that's formula. That formula can be copied as margin error. Oh, I'm sorry. This plus minus to count the interval. We use plus minus and this. So let's write because of we have the margin error. We have the x bar. The x bar is 165.875 and minus by margin error and Let's copy the symbol that's from previous worksheet. We have the symbol from the interval symbol. Let's copy this. And also we using that formula. Okay, that's we need to scroll that, and it's plus. So we have this 165 minus by 4, and is plus by 4.31. So we have this confidence interval is 161, between 161 and equal to 170 point. And so so according to contract, it's from the deep learning of PLM mentoring is from 8.8, uh, half third quarter of 9 before 9. So we have more 12 minutes again. So I hope this is enough from finishing this number 3 and 4. The number 3 answers below this is from the number 3. Calculate the sample mean of the male and female groups. I'm familiar from the data. Wait. It's almost equal the data. The data is almost equal, but no problem if we write again because of this is different. It's not equal. That looks equal. So we write again the data exactly in the next tomorrow. I write again the data. So the data might be different. So this is male data and female data. Are the data is same or equal? Let's check from the previous. Ah, yes, the data is equal. Number 3, data is equal. The sample mean of the mean and female groups. Wait. I'm very sorry. This is from in thousand. Yeah, this is in thousand. So the x1 is in thousand. Yeah, so it should be is in thousand. This is it's mean 110 and 70,000, and this 161.100 is for thousand. I'm sorry, this is in thousand. From I forgot to this is too easily to count. This is in thousand. Yeah, yes. So this actually is sample standard deviation is, so the sample standard deviation is in thousand. This is means 19,333 and 33, and say also 80,916.67. Also, we have the similarity number 3 and the 4 because of it's only, yes, the same question requires the same answer. So let's recopy this question. This answer is equal. So the Mr. Bambang SBY have equal, have the probability to uh, generating equal question from the tomorrow. It's maybe it's equals, so we have the equals. Oh, it's crashing. So we have equal computation about the mean, and so number three is same. So the number four, the last one is. I hope the time is enough. We have 8 minutes to break down about this. The company want to research that the production process is still in control, limit or not. That's they will found the 12 products is damaged out and from 100 samples. So we have population is 10 and 12 is damaged, and the data is on the second day we have found 15 products are damaged from 100 and 20 samples, and the third day we found 6 from 80 samples. The different products of damage from the samples using the 95 confidence interval in the first day. Oh, so this is the first day. It's a damage from it is 15 and it is 80 from 6 from 80. So we have to count. It's a different product damage from all the samples. Jadi apakah ada produk yang ada perbedaan produk cacat dari semua sampel dengan confidence interval 95% from this is we have different product damage. So with the CI 90, 95%, in here we have um, how to calculate the damage product. It's it seems by average. No, it's not about the average. So it's about the probability of different damage product. Yeah, let's break down about this example. Oh my god, it's loading. My book is loading. I don't think it's finished about the number four right now because of my video. It's to make sure that answer is right about the number four. But this is you have a difference about uh, a and yes, it's a final open. We have 5 minutes left. No, I don't want to try to type five. Damage. From the number four, the last is I think we need uh, a long time from the research. Jadi untuk soal nomor 4 ini, oh my god,